Hi, my name's Nathan. I work with Rick Gray on all of his marketing stuff. One thing I wanted to talk about with you guys today was a small video series I wanted to do for the classes, just kind of in between the two sessions Rick puts on. I want to do a middle of the week kind of brand and marketing video that will help you guys stay organized and on top of how to build your brand and your brand package and figure out how to implement it into your real estate flyers or your website or whatever you're looking to do with it. I just want to be a resource for you guys. We'll go into email marketing. We'll talk about the best programs to use to be able to send out those email blasts, keep them organized, basically CRM tool stuff. And then we're going to talk a little bit about all of the different aspects of your business. So building Facebook pages and groups like the one that we're in right now, talking about how we can set up a My Google business to start getting reviews as well as reviews on your Facebook page. Just kind of all the little things that a startup company needs is what I want to cover for you guys to be able to really take off and excel so you're not doing all the research on your own, okay? So today what I want to talk about is Canva. Canva is a great resource to be able to make any kind of marketing material that you want, whether it's a presentation, a real estate flyer. If it's your brand package, that's also very, very, very helpful. Alright guys, so let's jump into it. This is Canva. We'll go home and we're gonna start a new project and it's gonna be a brand. So we're gonna go up here, we'll hit create design. Let's do a brand design, a brand board. Okay, so here's your brand board. And now look at all of these templates that we have to choose from, right? So you're really not going to need a whole lot of experience to be able to kind of adjust what's going on here. Let's pick, let's do this one right here. This one look good? Yeah, this one does look good. This is a great brand board right here. So it has a bunch of different logo variations that you can exchange for your own that you want, right? And then it has its typography right here. This is a heading, this is a subheading, and then you have your font, and it has what's listed right here. This is your guide. So basically anytime you use a bold font, let's say this is the address of the property on your real estate flyer, this is what you want to use. So we're probably going to be using Montserrat, right? And then the color schemes, and this is great. So come down here, they have the color code that is the color that you see in the palette here. And this is a nice design because you can kind of see all of your different colors and all your codes and be able to use them where you want in your next marketing piece. So like if we hit add page and we wanted to do a real estate flyer, we can. We'll click on this one, Olivia Wilson. This is just a random template. So what's really cool about this is if I go to text, right? So this is a brand package I made for all these different companies. Real estate super cheapers we'll use, right? So clicked on it, it's selected, it's right here on the top left, and it has an add a heading, add a subheading, and it changes everything that you want. So if we want to click on this page, right, and we want to change the color, my color palette is right here, real estate super cheapers, and I can go, okay, let's go this color, black's a little dark, I like that light one. When you're in here making your real estate flyer, I wouldn't necessarily say this is like the best one or the template I would use, but it makes it very simple because we have an image here that we can go over to photos in the left side column. This column over here on the left side is going to give you your templates, your elements, which are your shapes, your graphics, your videos, and all of this is stock and free to use. So once you sign up for the $12 or $13 a month it is, you get all of this stuff for free. Your uploads will be right here, so anything that you want to put into Canva to use, this is my Facebook QR code I use for that Facebook group, for the emails. And then we have the text, so our headings, and this heading, so when you're under your real estate super achievers and you hit edit, you can change your brand logo, you can change your color schemes, and then your font. So I have all of this updated already for Rick. But yeah, so when you hit add a heading, it's going to automatically take your railway font with your font size, and it's really easy to adjust. So we'll just type in a couple of different things in there. You can see that it comes up and we can put that at the top of our page or wherever. Basically all these elements are individual, so you can just add and delete them as you'd like. We'll type in like Rick Gray here. Let's say you have pictures of a new property you want to get out there for a flyer. We're gonna go over to, let's go elements, just to use some stock ones, but you would go to uploads, and I'm gonna type in real estate, right? So this is the best part about Canva, is that these photos have already been sized. The layout is very nice, so you don't have to change anything. What we're gonna do is just use filler photos for the photo replacement. So let's see, I have a house that I want to show. Maybe we'll do condos. Let's do some condos. So this is the high-rise building. It looks really nice. This is what it looks like inside, so we're gonna throw that photo in there. And then maybe here's like a living room photo, right? So people are like, oh yeah, that's really pretty, I like that a lot. And then what we can do here is kind of change based on what you've chosen for your brand package. What I like to do, since this can get a little messy and it's kind of extravagant for what she has, real estate's pretty simple. You know, you want your typography, you want your color schemes, and then you want your logo and a couple logo variations like she has. Maybe not necessary, but if it does call for it, you can make them. What we'll do is we'll hop over to our home page, and we're gonna go down to, why don't we just do real estate super achievers, right? So this is Rick's. Alright, super easy. I kept it very minimal because all we needed was our headings, our subheadings, and paragraph fonts. You want to keep this cohesive through all your marketing, whether it's an email, a flyer, a PDF, a relocation packet, whatever it is. This is your brand. You want to keep it the same. So all of our bold headings are going to be Roboto, right? Now, you want to pick maybe pretty generic fonts, because if you are doing any editing in another program outside of Canva, they might not have that font, and you're going to have to go and look up something that's close to it, which is just, you know, another time waster. So if you're gonna do everything in Canva, go ahead and pick whatever font they have for Canva. I mean, you can use that across the board in any presentation or video or whatever you want to use. If you're gonna be using other programs, I mean, if you're developing a website and you're using Wix or Squarespace, they may not have that font on Canva. So what you want to do is make sure that you can use either upload the font to Wix or Squarespace, or use a font in Canva that Wix or Squarespace already has. So take that into mind when you're doing it, so you don't have to go back and try and switch everything later. So what we're going to do next is kind of run through a quick tutorial on how to use Canva. It is super simple, like I said. So if you want to start from scratch, you can add a page. So you have add a page, delete a page, and then duplicate a page. These buttons are to move pages in front of the page before or after the page below. And we'll go over to Elements. So Elements is a great place to start if you're looking to build from the ground up, right? So we're looking at our pictures. These are all placeholders. So you put this in here, we can shrink it, and then anytime we go and take a photo, it will size exactly to that placeholder, right? So let's say you guys are probably going to want to start in templates. So let's go to a template and let's start building you a real estate flyer, right? Let's go real estate flyer. And this one looks pretty nice, right? Awesome. So it's got its outdoor feature, and then it's got its property specs, and then just a little bit more about the agent and whatnot. So maybe this is the front side of your flyer. Maybe you want to do a back side as well. Typically Canva will, if you hover over it, you will see if it has more than one page. It looks like this one does have more than one page. So let's click that and apply to both pages. Right, so now we have this new house, and like I said, everything in here is completely editable. So what we're gonna do is, this beautiful home could be yours. We're gonna go beautiful home in the hills, right? Offered at $675, but maybe we are actually at $985, right? So these fonts aren't yours. You want to switch them. Want to go beautiful home, Nor'wester, not what we like, right? So what we want to do is go to our fonts, and then here is our Real Estate Super Achievers brand package for our font. So we click Railway, boom, finished. Change all. So now across the board, all of your big fonts are changed to Railway. Now it is going to cause some problems, like you see here, Modern Home in Pasadena. That got a little over the top because we made it a different font, which changed the size, right? So we're going to just adjust it by using these scrollers here. I think we can get away with going like this and then just making it a little bit smaller, right? And we'll move it down. And it's got all these guidelines that'll help you keep everything on track. And we want to change all these header fonts to a smaller font just because they're a little big. Alright, so now we have our headers. Now, like I said, it's going to change everything. So when you go in here, you're probably not going to want to use Railway as your sub font. So we'll go Roboto, right? It's cleaner. The numbers are straight. They don't have that weird little up and down format in them that Railway made them have. Contact information is fine. And then we'll change our color scheme too, right? So basically what's happened here is these are layers. So this blue that you see, this turquoise on the left and right, is layered behind this photo. So you move the photo, you can see it's just a whole page. Same thing with this bottom one. So we'll Control Z that. That means it will undo what you just did. And we'll go to that color. And again, Real Estate Superachievers has its own color palette. So we're going to click that. And then any color, if you see down here, any color that is turquoise is now going to be changed to that navy blue. Right? Same thing with fonts. If you want to go in and change the font color, let's do black. Just easy. Change all of them to black instead of that turquoise. Now you got a good feel for how to edit and use Canva. There's a couple more things I do want to go over. So let's say this text right here. So you have your colors. You can bold it, italicize it, underline it, and then make everything. This is uppercase, so everything's uppercase. If you undo it, it'll make things just beautiful home in the hills with some lowercase letters. You have your alignment, left to right, and justified, and center. And then your bullets, and then our spacing. So if you want to do like letter spacing, like really big, beautiful home in the hills, I mean, I wouldn't do that, but yeah, you can make it. Letter spacing, typically what it's for is it's going to line things up a little bit better for you. So you see like beautiful home, we're gonna copy and paste this, and let's say it's on 2 different lines, right? And we want to get rid of in the hills, and then we want to get rid of beautiful home, right? And then we'll delete that space. Now they're not lined up on left to right edge, so what we'll do with the line spacing, and like I said, this is an exaggeration, I'm not actually wanting to do this, but you can line them up pretty close if you go all the way, or if you increase your line spacing. So now you can just kind of line it up like that. Now you have a beautiful home in the hills offered at $985,000. It's lined up. If you like that, way to go. If you don't like that, just use your basic beautiful homes in the hills centered. I mean, that looks great too. So not a big deal to worry about. Anyway, effects. So this is where you can kind of play with what kind of titles you want, right? So this is basically just used for the headings. So you can make it outlined with just that stroke or a glow. You can layer these, so you can make the inside a different color. So if you hit copy paste on this beautiful home, and you just match it up like it was originally, and then you go effects and turn that off where there's just none. Now you get that nice drop shadow with a good font color on top, which we can change to white, or we can change to that beige. It makes it stand out a little bit more. Play with it. I know this doesn't look super great, so that's not a recommendation. I'm just showing you the styles that you can use. So let's say we have all of this messed up. We got on the left and on the right, and what we want to do is get it centered. So we're gonna match the beautiful homes up in the center of the page, and we're just gonna hit shift and click on the offered $985,000 box. On the top right here, you can go to positions and hit center. Centers it back to the middle, and now you are, dead center of the page, looking great. And then it also has the lines just to make sure you're lined it up within this white box here. That is the first tutorial on Canva. It makes it really easy for you guys to make an awesome flyer. You can just play and plug and adjust from there. Alright guys, well that's it for this first video. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. If you want any other videos about Canva, like when you get in there and you start struggling with things and you can't really figure out how to do it and YouTube doesn't do it for you, let me know and I can make another tutorial video on how to do it.